Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Please continue to pray for me by singing along with me, gesturing, and hitting the dislike button on this video. I'm going to pray a couple more times while I wait for a few people to show up. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Once again. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Well, happy Thursday night. This past week, I had 6 near-miss car accidents. In large part, I know why I'm having the near-miss car accidents. Two things have been weighing very heavily on me. My Lego project, I hope to hit it big because I'm tired of being a slave in our society. And I need to break out of it. And I think a home run of some sort is my best way of doing it. Right, trying to break out of it slowly hasn't. I mean, you got to remember, I have to compete with a lot of people who are heterosexual, and it's just really tricky. As much as we are more open minded these days, it's still very tricky to compete with people who are straight, right? And so trying to do it a little bit at a time is you run into a lot of headwinds. For example, at my job here at Glendale Community College, I gotta compete with my colleagues not only for jobs but for housing situations here, for networking opportunities, and it's a drag, right? And none of these things are big enough to warrant, a movement of some sort, right? They're little drags that nickel and dime you along the way. And so, my biggest hope for some kind of breakout is something big, right? An art piece, a masterpiece of some sort, right? Or hitting the right investment, right? Buying the next Bitcoin of some sort, right? I think strategic metals are are likely going to be the next Bitcoin, but I still got a long ways to go, right? Or or doing something out of the ordinary, right? That's probably my biggest shot at it. And so this year, I hope to submit at least 100 ideas to Lego Idea Numbers Game, right? If I submit hundreds and thousands of ideas to Lego Ideas, I'm sure one of them will hit, right? Especially if I make a lot of feedback along the way and learn from it, right? So I've been very sleep deprived doing that. To give you an idea of how sleep deprived I have been, I hallucinate sometimes. In the middle of the classroom, I'll be mid sentence, forget what I was saying, or where this becomes dangerous is it happens on the road a lot, right? The other day I got confused. I thought I would my car and the highway. I thought they were like Lego pieces, right? I got really confused the other day. And then yesterday, I got angry. I was running late, and this driver decided to be such a chicken about driving. And I want to say he was younger than me. He should have been more bold. I want to say he was in his mid 20s, and he had a hard time turning right on a red light. And he was really, and finally he gets a big gap, and he's worried about a pedestrian approaching the intersection. We got like 5 seconds before he gets to the intersection, and he decides he needs to wait for him for whatever reason. I honk at the car, and finally he turned right. We pulled up to the next red light, and I just needed to laugh at him. I was already upset, so I got out of my car to mock him. The chicken, quack 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 quack, and the light turned green, and he took off and almost dragged me with his car. And I normally wouldn't have done that, but I'm trying to juggle too many things. Part of the reason I was even running late in the first place was how much I'm deciding to juggle, right? And it is destroying me. But again, it's my only long shot, right? I'm probably never going to break out of this slavery, going the average Joe way, right? Because I'm not an average Joe, right? And I can only hope for these pie in the sky ideas, right? But unfortunately, they are killing me. But I'm not too upset that I've been running into these near miss car accidents because last winter I got into 8 near miss car accidents in 2 weeks. And not long after that, I started having a lot of good fortunes come my way. I took my first trip to Taiwan in 6 years and I started dating again. And a lot of good stuff came about, right? I got a really good deal buying bismuth, and I got 2 large packages of bismuth just before Trump signed the tariffs. And I was in otherwise good health toward the end of the year. I went to Taiwan and I had a good time with a girl there. And then I met another girl in Houston. And so in my mind, I still got 2 more accidents to go before I get all this good stuff. Right? I'm very superstitious. 8 near miss car accidents bring me a lot of good luck, and I got 6 down and 2 more to go. Uh, Earlier today, I found myself just randomly honking at people on the road, trying to initiate some kind of near miss because I feel like I got 2 more to go, and then I got a lot of good stuff coming up. Right? I don't know why I feel that way. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.